Hello everyone, it's Arlene Carter, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Reno, Nevada area. And I have a card that I want to show you today that is made using this Life is Beautiful stamp set. This is a photopolymer stamp set. It's a set of 9. And this is nice that it's clear because it gives good placement, especially for the kind of stamps that it is. And in addition to that, I'm also going to be using the die set. This is the Tasteful Labels dies. I'm just using one, which is this shape right here from that set. And then I'm also using an embossing folder. This is one of the 3D embossing folders that Stampin' Up! Carries. So it is thicker. It's got a nice, it came with the Old World suite, I believe is what it's called in the new catalog. But you can see a really nice design right here that it gives you. And it's because it is a 3D, it gives more of an, it's a more of a raised texture to it too as well. And the paper that I am using, I'm starting out with a piece of the Cajun Craze cardstock. It was 8.5 by 11, and then I cut it in half, and then I scored it in half down the middle too. So it makes the base of our card like this. I also have a piece of, I started out with a piece of Very Vanilla, and then what I did is I sized this at 5.25 by 4 inches, and then I went ahead and ran it through using that Old World embossing folder. So this is what it looks like right here. And you can see the texture that it has too. So I've got that as well. And then I also used a piece, it's gonna be a really small piece, I'll go ahead and cut that now, but this is from the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. So you see on one side it's got these pretty, the foilings of the copper and the gold all along here. And then it's got the colors it has are Cajun Craze, Mint Macaron, Early Espresso, but look how pretty that is. So I am using the striped paper right here. And I'm just going to cut it so it is 1 inch wide. And then I'm going to trim it so that it's the length of my card, which is 5.5 inches. Now out of Very Vanilla, I've also got one cut out. This is from the Tasteful Labels die that I showed you earlier, and I went ahead and cut out 2 because I kind of always like to be prepared, and so just in case I really mess up the one, I have an extra one that I have on hand that I can use as well. So I'm taking the little cutout here, and I will be stamping on that. So I have a really large acrylic block because that's what you're going to be needing for this tree stamp. And with a little tip with these larger stamps, what I like to do is lay the stamp down onto my work surface, and instead of actually placing the stamp, onto the acrylic block, which you can do, but sometimes because you see it's bendable, right? And sometimes it doesn't get just on there quite straight. So I like to just place it down onto my work surface and then actually place the acrylic block onto my stamp, and that way it picks it up like that. And then I know it's pretty straight the way the stamp is meant to be. Okay, and then with my crumb cake, I'm just going to be inking it up. Again, another little trick with these larger stamps is go ahead and place your acrylic block upside down so that the stamp part that you want to be inked up is facing up, and then bring your ink pad to your stamped image, or your stamp I should say, okay? And then I'm going to just go ahead and just position that and place it down. There you go. All right, and then also got a couple of stamps here. Well, actually, also I have the leaves set. This is going to be more of a fall look. So I'm going to go ahead and take this stamp that has the leaves, and then using my crushed curry, stamp that and give it some pretty fall colors. So crushed curry I thought goes well. I'm kind of trying to base all the colors off of this, these colors right here that I'm using. So just go ahead and kind of stamp that, maybe stamp one more time over here. Okay. and then give it a good clean. And then I'm going in with Cajun Craze using the same stamp. I didn't really give it a good clean, but it'll work. Okay, and again, with these colors here. Okay, so that's just how quickly, I didn't even really try to get it lined up. I just kind of stamped over it because I knew it's kind of like leaves that are falling in the wind, so they don't really have to be attached to a branch, right? So we did that. Now, there is, right here up at the tip, I'm going to take just a hole punch that I have, and I'm going to just punch a hole up here at the top. Okay, like that. And then with mint macaron, I just got a scrap piece of mint macaron, and I went ahead and stamped the Life is Beautiful, and I used the Versamark ink pad for that, and then I embossed it in white. So this is what I have. Okay, and then next I'm just going to go ahead and cut this sentiment out. Okay, and then there, it's been cut out right there. We'll set that aside. We'll get ready to put everything together. Okay, I'm going to be adding some trim. This is some gold trim, and this is from the Forever Greenery set. It's a combo pack. So it comes with another ribbon. So this is just very fine. And then I also just have some linen thread too as well. I am going to just take just the linen thread for right now. And let's go ahead and just get a little length. It's maybe about 6 or 8 inches. I always usually like to have too much more than not enough, and I know I can always trim, right? Trim that back. Okay, so I'm just going to loop it right in the center. I fold it in half and I push that loop through from front to the back, and then these two ends right here, we're going to go through this loop. Okay, so it's up like that. And then I'm taking out my cutout of my seine, and with some liquid glue, I'm just going to be gluing this just kind of on the edge. So I kind of want to, just with my finger right here, I know it's like, see that right in kind of in between the E and the A. So I'll put my finger right here just as a guide to know that I don't put any glue past my finger, because I won't need to. I'll be doing something a little bit, I'll be putting some Stampin' Dimensionals on that. So just got that there, okay. And then just make sure it's straight. I'm known for not getting it straight. All right, and then next I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals here. And on the back side of the tag, just go ahead and put a few down. I like to put, about 5. I don't know why, just 5. 1 in each kind of corner and then 1 in the middle, okay? And then you can either take some mini dimensionals. Let's see if I have any here. I do. Okay, that's good. And then I'm just going to place one right here on the back side of my sentiment that I've cut out. Okay. So tonight, you guys, we have live music. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is, I don't think it's mariachis. It's kind of in between mariachis and like a drum band. But they're a few houses down, but it's funny how, you know how everything just really is very echoey. So you can really hear it. So actually I can even hear it with the door shut tonight. And it's Sunday. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so if it was Saturday, I might be outside enjoying it in my backyard. Okay, so I've got the tags off of that, or the backing off that. Before I do that, I quickly want to go ahead and apply this paper right here, the Very Vanilla. Okay, I think I'm going to just go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal. So let's go ahead and get that right here. And I'm just going to apply it right on the front here, kind of center it a little bit, okay? And then the next thing that I want to do is take and run some Stampin' Seal on the back side of the strip of Designer Series paper. And this one is just going on the left side. And you'll notice how I kept it at 5.5 inches. I didn't go in smaller. I just like the idea of just running it all the way from 5.5 inches from the top to the bottom without having any kind of matting for this particular card. Okay, and now that we have all of the backing pieces off of that, I'm going to go ahead and place this right on top of that embossed piece right here. Okay, and then I can just trim this like that. Okay, and what I also like to do is I want to put a little bow on here, and I'm going to be using both of these together, these little threads here together. So I'm just, I've got the linen thread as well as this little, the gold string, and I'm just going to make a little bow. Maybe, you guys know I'm not good at bows. Here we go, got this. There we go, I think it's gonna work. All right, and then I'm going to trim off that tail there so we have a shorter one, like that. And grab my glue dots here. Just one little glue dot is all you need. Okay. And that's just gonna go right on top there, okay? All right, and there is your card using the Life is Beautiful stamp set. Bring this one out again so you can see. It's a very pretty set. It's got for all seasons. There's snowflakes, there's more for summer if you wanted to. Also have like the fall, which I just used. I also wanted to just quickly show you some that were more of a simple, that I used on my Friday Facebook, but you can see how I used just this simple, more of a simple stamping idea, where it's just the tree and, you know, just some stamping. All I did was just add the thread and the strip of the paper. And then I also stepped it up a little bit more. And this one is just by punching out some mint macaron and stamping the sentiment on there too, and adding some more of that gold trim. And then of course the one I just made was this one right here. So, all right, everybody, thanks for watching, and have a great day. The link below to all the dimensions and products I used will be on my blog, and the link will be in the description below. Thank you.